What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here. Finally back for another video. I apologize. I'm going to be putting out more videos. It will be consistent. You will be getting daily uploads pretty much. I'm trying my best. I'm back in school again. Work and everything is just all coming together, and I've got something to say at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about some news and some stuff that's been happening in and around the NHL, mostly today or tomorrow or whenever you're watching this. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to be talking about some stuff that's happened around the NHL and something that could potentially happen pretty soon. I mean, by the time I make this video, it could have already happened, which would really suck. But anyways, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. This video I'm hoping is going to be fairly quick, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Brian Little getting a 6-year contract worth roughly $31 million. The cap hit, I believe, is just over 5. And Winnipeg had to get a deal done with Brian Little because the Jets are on the, well, they're taking the next step basically. They're trying to really make a push towards making the playoffs, and keeping a core guy like Brian Little is, of course, what you need to do, because you need to keep your core intact, the guys that produce. I want to say he had just under 50 points last season. I could be wrong. Jets fans, let me know. But yeah, you need as many guys that can put up points as possible. I know they're trying to solve their goaltending situation. I believe Steve Mason is who they have now. So they're trying to put some pieces together and take that next step. And getting Brian Little locked up was definitely something that I think was their number one priority. Now that they've already, worried about other things, they wanted to make sure that before the season started, their number one priority was making sure he got an extension, because they don't want to have to worry about it next year, because I believe this is the last year of his contract, and then next year the deal kicks in. The other big contract that was given out was to David Pastrnak of the Boston Bruins, getting a 6-year, $40 million deal. Now, this needed to happen. There were so many rumors about Boston and Pastrnak being a little bit off. I think the initial offer was $5 million less. I could be insanely wrong. I mean, as a whole, like, it was $5 million less. Like, I believe their initial offer was around 35 or something like that. I could be wrong. But this is a good deal, and this could turn out to be a crazy bargain, because if Pastrnak continues to put up the points that he's been doing, or even takes another step, they're paying less than what they should be. I guess they should be paying him more if he puts up even more points. I believe he got 70 points last year. He slowed down a little bit for goal scoring in the second half. He looked okay in the playoffs. And you know what? Pastrnak needed to get a deal done, and Boston definitely knew that if they waited too long, this was going to get a little more ugly than they probably thought. And a lot of fans were already starting to wonder if Pastrnak and Boston were kind of butting heads, and if there was going to be a trade. And there was a bunch of stuff being talked about. And we all know that if you're a fan, especially if you're a Bruins fan, you don't want to see crap like that. As a fan, I guess it's interesting to see stuff like that, but I knew this deal was going to come very soon, and it looked like it was going to get a little bit rough if they waited and he didn't get a deal done by the start of the season. But they were working apparently really hard to get this deal done, and of course it was done. And Pastrnak has been incredible, and I believe he'll probably score roughly the same amount of points. He may drop off a little bit, and by that I mean like 2 or 3 points, but at the same time, he could also, score 5 more points than he had last season. That's why this season in the NHL, I think a lot of the younger players are really going to step up again, even though they already have. I think Pastrnak is part of that crop of players. I believe, 21? He could really take Boston to another level, even though I'm not too sure if they're that great of a team anymore. But getting him locked up, making sure he's a part of your core and your future, was definitely a huge step in the right direction for the Boston Bruins. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Matt Duchene, and everybody wondering, will he show up to camp? He did. He did tell people that he didn't want to talk. Well, he told the media that he didn't want to talk about contract stuff and whatnot. That's obviously, we all knew that was coming, because, I mean, why would he want to talk about that? He's trying to get ready for the season regardless if he plays for Colorado or not. The big thing is, though, is he showed up to camp, and I believe, don't quote me on this, he said something along the lines of, I'm showing up, because of my teammates. I want to, be a good example. I want to show them that I'm going to show up because it's part of my contract and I'm going to be here and get ready for the season. It was something along the lines of that, and you know what I mean, and you know what he means. He wants to make sure he's game ready, he's in game shape, and also making sure that he shows up because it's part of his contract, and showing other teams he's not just being like, hey, I want out, so I'm not showing up anymore, because other teams may be like, whoa, dude, like, if you're going to act like that here, are you going to act like that when you come to us and you need something done? So I think that was also a little part of it, but Duchene is obviously a good hockey player, and he did drop off a little bit, but he was playing for the Colorado Avalanche. My question to you guys is, and again, I could post this, and right now, me not looking at my phone, he could be traded already, and this part of the video is going to be scrapped. But if you're watching this, he isn't traded yet, or he was traded and you're just rewatching this, which, thank you. But will Matt Duchene be traded? Where will he be traded to? Because it looks like Duchene and the Avalanche have both kind of agreed that, hey, I'm out of here, so let's make a deal. So I think that maybe the Islanders, if the Islanders want to keep convincing John Tavares to stay, even though I'm questioning a couple of their moves because they got rid of a defenseman who should have stayed and whatever. We will see what happens, because I think Matt Duchene is obviously going to get traded, and I think it's got to happen really soon. If Duchene and teams around the NHL are not going to be like, well, we want him to get fit in with our guys right now. They're going to call and say, listen, are we going to get this deal done? Because it's training camp. I want him to play with this guy and exhibition games with this guy, and Colorado has to get a deal done. And Joe Sakic can't get too caught up in what he's going to get back, because I think the ship has sailed a little bit. I think that his trade value has diminished a little bit. It's not completely gone. I guess diminished isn't the right word, but I think it's gone down a little bit, because in the summer I feel like his trade value was a little higher because there was teams knocking on the door. Now it's like kind of, hey, let's make a deal and now everybody knows I want out kind of thing. So now the trade value is a little less because Colorado's going, hey, well, we're trying to get rid of him. Well, you probably shouldn't say that, because then you're like, well, your hands are tied. We'll give you this for Duchene. If you don't like it, then we're not going to trade for him. So let me know what you guys think. That could be completely another video. I've already really talked about Duchene in other videos, so I don't want to keep talking about it. He could be traded any second anyway. So let me know what you guys think. I love hearing what you guys think. Let me know about the Little contract, the Pastrnak contract, and of course the Duchene thing. This video is taking a long time, and I wanted to mention something. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, I mentioned that I wanted to hit 500 by the end of 2017, and I actually hit 1,000, and that's, I put in a lot of work, but it's because of you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I really want to take this channel to the next level. I want to get 5,000, 10,000. I just, you know what, I'm not trying to be a big name YouTuber to be famous or to make money or whatever, like stuff like that. Let's be real here. It's probably not going to happen to get millions of subscribers making videos about just hockey. It could happen, but it's really unrealistic. My goal is for me to make YouTube videos about hockey and talk to you guys, do live streams, unboxings, card videos, whatever, because it's cool for me to have an opinion and for you to have an opinion, and we can share it together and make friends, because I've talked to a lot of you, and it's been super fun, and I really, you have no idea how thankful I am that you guys have been supporting me. And it's just, again, it's a hockey conversation, and it's me to the camera and then to you, and then when we do live streams, it's also really fun too. So thank you very much for that, first of all. Also, I don't know how many of you guys are Leaf fans, but I will be at the Toronto Maple Leafs preseason game against the Buffalo Sabres, I want to say. I could be wrong, but it's on the 22nd, next Friday. So if you're there, let me know. It'd be cool if I could say hi to some people there, or just talk about hockey, really. It's not a meetup or anything like that. Like, I have 1,000 subscribers. Let's be real here. I'm not doing that kind of crap. If you want to say hi and just talk hockey, I'm cool with that. So, yeah, again, thank you guys so much. I don't know what else to say. You guys have done so much for this channel. I put in work, but you guys put in just as much work. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.